The small village of Shantipur in Maharashtra was a place where life moved at its own gentle pace. The air was filled with the scent of fresh sugarcane, the sound of distant temple bells, and the chatter of neighbors who all knew each other's stories. Among its many residents was Ajay, a young man with an infectious laugh, eyes full of mischief, and a heart as open as the sky. Hello, I am Amit and welcome to Heartwarming Fables, where every story touches your soul and leaves you with a smile. Ajay was loved for his easy charm, the way he could turn even the dullest moment into something to remember. He had a knack for making people smile, whether through a witty remark, a playful prank, or simply the way he listened with genuine interest. Life, to him, was meant to be lived fully, and he did so without hesitation. In the same village lived Priya, a beautiful young woman whose quiet grace was matched only by her quick wit. She had grown up surrounded by the warmth of her family, learning to appreciate the simple joys, the fragrance of marigolds in the courtyard, the feel of cool water from the village well on a hot afternoon, the laughter of her younger siblings. Her beauty was talked about, yes, but those who knew her well spoke more of her kindness and strength. Their paths first crossed during the annual village festival. The celebration was in full swing. Colorful stalls lined the dusty roads, music echoed from the central square, and the aroma of freshly fried pakoras mingled with the sweet scent of jalebis. Ajay, darting between stalls with a grin, nearly collided with Priya as she emerged from a shop. For a moment, time seemed to pause. Ajay noticed the way the golden light caught in her hair, the spark of curiosity in her eyes. Priya, in turn, saw the easy confidence in his stance, the way his smile seemed to belong entirely to the moment. "Sorry," Ajay said, a playful glint in his eyes. "I should watch where I am going." "You should," Priya replied, her lips curving into a faint smile. It was a small exchange, but it was enough. Something had shifted. Over the weeks that followed, their encounters became more frequent. Sometimes it was at the market, sometimes on the narrow path that wound through the fields. They began to talk, first about small things, the weather, the festival, the crops, then about more books they had read, dreams they carried quietly, moments they cherished. Ajay found himself drawn to her not just for her beauty, but for her spirit. She had a way of speaking that made him want to listen, a way of looking at the world that made him want to see it through her eyes. Priya, for her part, found herself smiling more when Ajay was near. His laughter was infectious, his optimism steady. The village began to notice. Whispers of their growing closeness spread, and their story became a quiet source of curiosity. People called it an unusual romance, and in many ways, it was. One evening, Ajay decided to surprise Priya. He set up a small table by the edge of the village pond, lit with lanterns and decorated with marigold petals. A simple meal waited, the air carrying the faint notes of his favorite old love song playing from a small radio. When Priya arrived, her eyes widened in delight. "Ajay, this is beautiful." He grinned. "Only the best for you." But before they could sit, a loud splash broke the moment. They turned to see a buffalo, contentedly bathing in the pond, sending ripples through the water and scattering petals across the surface. Ajay looked at Priya, and for a second, they both tried to hold back their laughter. Then it came, loud and unrestrained, the kind of laughter that leaves you breathless and lighter than before. That night became another story they would tell again and again, proof that love could live in both the perfect and the imperfect moments. But their love was soon tested. One day, Priya learned that the village head had arranged her marriage to another man, a decision made without her consent. The news hit Ajay like a storm. Priya's eyes held fear, but also trust. She knew he would not give up easily. Ajay gathered his closest friends and hatched a plan. On a moonless night, they positioned themselves near the head's house, waiting for the right moment. When it came, Ajay slipped inside quietly, guiding Priya out through the shadowed courtyard. Their hearts pounded, but their hands were steady in each other's sea lanky. They made their way to the village temple, the sound of their footsteps mingling with the distant hum of crickets. Under the dim light of oil lamps, they exchanged vows, promising to face whatever came together. When word spread, the village buzzed with shock and admiration. Some called it reckless, others brave, but no one could deny the strength of their love. Marriage brought its own challenges. Winning over their families was not easy. Ajay and Priya sat with them. He spoke honestly about their feelings, their choices. Slowly, the resistance softened. Their sincerity was undeniable, their commitment unshakable. In time, both families gave their blessing. Life settled into a new rhythm. They worked side by side in the fields, shared quiet meals in the courtyard, found joy in small adventures. On one unexpected rainy afternoon, they found themselves caught in the downpour while tending to their crops. Instead of running for shelter, Ajay took Priya's hand and began to dance in the rain. She laughed, the sound mingling with the patter of raindrops, and for that moment, the rest of the world disappeared. Years passed, and their love deepened with each shared joy and challenge. They faced hardships, but their bond only grew stronger. Ajay's easy humor balanced Priya's quiet strength, and together they built a life filled with laughter, resilience, and tenderness. Their story became a legend in Shantipur, told at gatherings and festivals. People spoke of how they had fought for their love, how they had embraced every twist and turn with courage and joy. They were living proof that true love could weather any storm, that it could turn even the most unexpected moments, like a buffalo in a pond, into cherished memories. And so, Ajay and Priya's love, beyond all odds, became more than just their story. It became a reminder to everyone in the village that love, when held with honesty and devotion, is the greatest adventure of all.